It is the Worst of the Riot podcast. Happy Thursday, July 6th. Another edition, Hudson free.
Oh, feels good, doesn't it, for
It
you
just
guys?
smells right in here.
You just wanted to shake off Hudson for a few days.
Yeah, we need like a little break, and then when he comes back on Monday, it'll be such a good little refresher.
So enjoy the podcast today. I am in for Hudson, who will be returning on Monday's edition.
Today during the show, not only did we do a Riot food fight, we tried the new Kit Kat churros. You can check that out at RadioU Riot on Facebook and on YouTube, or like right around where you're at right now. You're pretty close to it already.
If you're watching our Worst of Riot podcast, just go to the video before and you'll see it there.
Today on the show, one of the things we did, we introduced Nikki to Choice Champions.
Oh, that was the first time. I love it.
And so we both picked our own team of our favorite fried chickens because today's National Fried Chicken Day. People got in with lots of texts and were upset because we left out one very prevalent chicken place.
I think whoever would have, it seemed like it was pretty close because you get to vote on whose choice picks are best. And I think if one of us would have remembered, I don't know how we forgot, I think it would have been a guaranteed win for sure.
Yeah, it would have been the one to like put it over the edge, I think.
But when Hudson comes back on Monday, ask him what his chicken choice. Yeah, I would have loved to have heard that.
And so I know for sure he would have included Popeyes. That's like his favorite.
Wingstop. He likes Wingstop, and I don't know about the third.
Yeah, that would have been some of his like favorite ones, I think. Another thing that we talked about in the show today: what should Nikki eat/do before she leaves tomorrow?
I'm heading back to Florida,
and so you're flying out. Are you looking forward to your travel?
No, I flew in on the 4th of July. That was awful.
I can imagine.
Gosh, and every plane. It was just like they keep going. Hey, just to let you know, it's a completely full flight today.
That's the worst. Is when you're boarding and you get on, and they're like, you're gonna have to. They're pretty much just saying you're gonna have to sit next to somebody. Yeah. Like, don't get your hopes up about having a 2-person row. Like, you're gonna have someone next to you, and that's
I'm always
the worst.
like super aware. So like you just huddle, and I was on Southwest, so I had a window seat. I liked my seat, and then I had some guy on the row, and then there was the middle guy, and he came later.
Yeah, of course.
And he had really big shoulders.
He's a widely built guy.
But it was also like he was super nice, but he had a suit on. He was going for a meeting.
That's
and
even
so
more.
I didn't even want to touch him. I was afraid we'd wrinkle his suit.
Oh, yeah. Weighing out on a plane would be terrible. That sounds awful.
It just felt like it was terrible for him. And then it was kind of weird. He was reading manga.
Manga?
Yeah, like, manga, animated.
Got it. Okay,
anime, sort of. So he's reading that. It wasn't, some manga can get pretty gross. And he wasn't reading anything gross, but it was just such a, like he was older and like in a suit.
Odd.
It was very odd.
You're looking down and you're like, really? This is the choice?
So
really?
I had to just huddle towards the window and not look at his phone.
Well, at least you had the window. So are you window or aisle?
Window.
See, I'm more aisle. I like to have that little bit more leg room.
I think I should have, because then you can lean out and just put your legs out
and you
there.
can really avoid. But also, like the nice thing about, and I'm not a huge sleeper on planes, but the window is definitely the prime sleeping spot.
It is.
Because then you can rest on the window.
It is, but you're stuck. Like, I wasn't asking both the guys to move.
No,
like,
you're not going to the bathroom.
I'm not going to the bathroom. I wasn't doing anything. So that's a good question. Go ahead and put it in the comments section. Are you window, aisle? Because I know you're not the middle seat. No one is.
If you're middle seat, you're a weirdo, and I don't even know if you should text. I don't even know if you should be allowed to text.
I think something's wrong with you, and we still appreciate you, but you need to get that fixed. Or go ahead and text us anytime you want at 877-2-RADIO-U.
And that'll wrap up the podcast for today. And you guys can hear lots of other goodness. So we'll see you guys soon.
Enjoy. Thank you.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. Radio U.
Text in at 8772-RADIO-U. We're giving Nikki some suggestions on places she should hit and things that she should probably eat
Before I go?
before she heads on out.
So I'm filling in for Hudson. Hudson returns on Monday, which you guys will get to hear how his Connecticut summer vacation went.
I'm sure it was wild and crazy.
I know. I don't want to, poo-poo on Connecticut.
But it is one of the top destinations of the summer.
And he's going to with family stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not, the hottest of vacations, but I'm sure he'll have some stuff. So I go back to Florida where I live now. Tomorrow I'll be here for the show in the morning with you. And I was like, yeah, where should I make sure I hit before I leave?
Any answers yet?
It's mostly, Zach said
people
Skyline Chili. I don't need
Zach.
to do that.
Skyline?
I don't feel like that was a strong showing at the beginning.
I feel like that's a place that we could skip over.
Well, some people love it. I
know.
do not.
For me, it's not so much. I know that's a big Cincinnati thing. And my brother goes to UC, and so he talks about it all the time. They love going to it.
Maybe it's different there.
I feel like maybe if you're in Cincy, then you could say oh yeah, we should get Skyline. But if you're anywhere else, then it's not so much for me either.
Let's see, Hot Chicken Takeover, which I thought, that could be an option. But Chris here at RadioU had his birthday lunch, and I missed it because I was again gone. But I thought, that'd could be worth it. City Barbecue is another one.
I love City Barbecue. That'd be a top choice for me.
Top choice.
I love City Barbecue.
Stacey says we have a place around us called North Star or Swenson's. I don't have a Swenson's.
Oh, yeah, Swenson's is good.
Last time I went there, though, I felt like they were really being hit by the worker shortage.
Mm-hmm.
So you were just waiting out there.
Because you sit out in the car, right?
You do,
and they walk out to you. Yeah.
And then Stephanie said Culver's, which I actually have a lot
of. I love
of.
Culver's.
I think the Culver's owners have they winter in Florida or something because there's so many Culver's around where I'm at. It feels like there has to be something.
Yeah, I love Culver's. Is one of my top 3 fast food restaurants of all time. They have the cheese curds there, the butter burgers. Oh, it's so good. I love Culver's.
Stephanie, I don't need to go because I have them there. But then also one called Matt the Miller's. That's a good place too. So these are all good choices. I just have to narrow it down to see what I want to do before I go.
Yeah, I think about too, the place. Do you have Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Dunkin', all your coffee places?
Yeah. But in Florida, it's all Dunkin'.
Is it all Dunkin'?
Starbucks is there, but every other place is a Dunkin'.
See, for me, I'm not much of a Dunkin' fan. I prefer Tim Hortons is my favorite. But you texted me this morning and you were like, "Do you want anything from Starbucks?"
Yeah.
And I don't know Starbucks.
Oh, you didn't?
So I didn't even know.
Anything?
I would have said something, but I don't even know what I want there.
You could have just asked for a coffee.
Because I get a French vanilla cappuccino at Tim Hortons because I'm a baby, right? And I was going to text you and just say, give me the closest thing to a French vanilla cappuccino, but I didn't want to risk it.
Sure.
So then I just decided to show up a little bit later and get my own coffee.
Okay. I was wondering, I was like, I thought for sure he'd want something, but now I know you were just embarrassed with your order.
I just wasn't grown enough to know.
Make sure you text and say hi, or if there's any place I should make sure go to today before I head out.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
Nikki, what would you say is the antonym or the opposite for those of you
Sure.
have been in school for a while of peaceful?
Peaceful would be chaotic.
Yeah, I was thinking dangerous.
Sure.
Do you think that fits as well?
I think so.
Well, I've got a survey in front of me that has all of the countries in the world listed from most peaceful
Oh, okay.
to least. Which I assume at the bottom would yet again be the most dangerous or chaotic.
So I think the countries that maybe have more crime going on.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So it
or
would
war, stuff like that.
I was pretty surprised not to see the people at the top of the list made sense to me. The first one was Iceland.
So that is the most peaceful
That's
country?
the most peaceful, which I feel like they're constantly on maybe a path of trying to make everybody feel bad. Because we don't have the saunas and whatnot that they have there.
I don't know if it's the saunas.
They're happy, peaceful country. I feel like we're constantly doing talk about them and how happy they are over there. But the top 5 was Iceland, Denmark, Ireland, New Zealand, Austria.
Yeah.
Sound like great places to live, apparently. The US of A. I mean, we're down the list way farther
than you thought.
Than I thought. I mean, I don't feel like I'm in serious danger
here. Are we in the top
here.
10?
No, we're not even close. We're in the bottom 20.
Bottom 20?
And I was confused because I didn't know how many countries there were.
So we can't. Oh, don't. He doesn't mean that in a. He just doesn't know. You don't remember the number.
I didn't know there was the 163. Which I mean, if you had to guess, I guess that makes sense,
So
right?
they had 163 countries listed. So the United States comes in at 131.
Which we're like, the top is like, they have like different colors, which I like when when their graphs are done this way. The top ones are like really green. That's very high in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And then as it goes down, it gets to more of like a reddish color. And we are currently in low amount of peace.
Low amount of peace.
There's like very low, and then there's, which is red, and then there's orange, which is low. And that's where we're at.
Well, I don't know. I mean, our land mass is so much greater. I think it's harder because a lot of the top countries are much smaller. They, stick to just
Themselves.
It is just there's not a lot going on. You don't have a lot here or there. And for us, they do say that it includes the homicide rate, which is really what does hurt the United States.
Yeah, right now we're at 131, which puts us around like Brazil, South Africa, Haiti, Palestine, Mexico were some of the ones that were around us. At the very bottom, if you were wondering, I wanted to know, you want to know who's at the bottom of the list. We've got at 163, we've got Afghanistan, Yemen, Syria, South Sudan made up the very bottom of the list. So, I mean, we're at 131. We definitely have some room for
so
improvement.
You're saying we have a chance to really grow.
We could, like, if next year's comes out and we're at like 70, we're going to be one of the highest risers of the list.
I was trying to go back and look, but I didn't have a chance to find what was last year's global peace index.
True.
Because I'm curious if we went up or down. But this is the Institute for Economics and Peace, and it's their top 10 of like peaceful places.
And if you wanted to if you wanted to move somewhere peaceful, that would be the easiest. Obviously, Mexico is below us, so you don't want to move to Mexico. But if you go to Canada, right above us, they're right number 11.
Oh, 11.
So peaceful Canada. Hudson would be happy to hear that.
For the top 10, Singapore was number 6, Portugal 7, Slovenia. But you're just looking at
Slovenia, what is that?
You don't want to live there.
Not really.
But it's peaceful. Japan, and then number 10 was Switzerland.
Geez, sound like peaceful places. I don't know. I felt like yet again, I feel like I'm decently safe. But we're at 131, so those places must be incredible.
You're very safe, but it's just the average of everything.
Just the overall.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
A man who ended up taking a lot of money from a lot of women.
Did you see what he did though to cheat them?
Yeah, that seems pretty wrong, right?
Well, it's like catfishing. So he created all these relationships, but this is the smart way, and this is probably why a lot of people fall for it. He would give women money in the beginning. Build up that trust, and then give or take, a few months or a year into the relationship.
After he's built it up.
Yeah, and then he would come back and ask for money, and that's when he would start taking theirs at a greater pace than when he was
way larger
borrowing.
amount.
Yeah.
See, because I see the one, so essentially it was 8 women that were victims of this plan. He ended up getting $416,000
out of them
between the 8 of them. Which is that's like $50K a piece.
That's crazy.
Like when you think about it. And so, but he finally was caught. And the reason that he was caught was because he found himself on a window ledge after trying to escape from one of them after they were trying to get the money back from him, right?
Oh.
And so he tried to escape out of her apartment.
Yeah, and he went out the window.
Went out the window, and all of a sudden he's on the ledge. They had to get the firefighters involved and whatnot. But she had given him $42,000. Which I think about too, there's no way. How much money would you possibly be willing to give someone that you've only known for a couple months?
But
$42,000?
If you were dating them, they gave you money and you didn't know, and maybe it was slow amounts, like a couple thousand here or
couple thousand there. Here's $3K.
He got caught
so much.
He was on the 23rd floor.
No way. That's way high.
He could not get down unless the police came, and then he was found out. He was pretending to be a successful owner of a home renovation company in China, and he met all these women on an online dating site, and he befriended them, and then before you know it, it's a tale as old as time. They got
taken advantage
hustled,
of. Yep.
and they want their money back.
See, I think about too, they gave him the money, so can they get it back? How do you get it back?
I think he can be arrested for fraud and stuff, especially if he was asking for a loan. But I don't know if you actually end up being able to get anything back.
See, because I think about during this process, like how much money are you willing to give away before it's too much? Like I think any amount of money in a relationship like this, like $42,000, there's no chance that you're getting that from me.
Unless I was married to the person, and then it's like your finances. I can't see giving over maybe a couple hundred.
That's what I was thinking.
And I don't want to be cheap or anything, but like,
come on,
that's your money, and if they're leaving with it, you've got to keep control over your money.
I'm like, what do you need that's that? Like, what do you need this money for? That's that important. Like
it's
$40K?
Also,
what?
It's not just the money. He was seeing all 8 women. Like, that's also just as annoying.
Like, I think about, too, like, not only was this man getting money from you, but he was also just, like, hip-hopping around behind your back with all these different girls. Like, you didn't catch on at some point that maybe he isn't the guy for you? I don't know.
I've never heard it as hip-hopping around.
He was hip-hopping around. He's hot-dogging left and right. What do you want?
He's a fraud, and so now he's being investigated, and he's in custody.
Oh, hi there.
This worst of the riot.
Crank that up.
Radio U.
Doing Choice Champions.
Ooh.
Nikki edition, her first time.
Yeah,
So exciting.
So excited. I'm filling in for Hudson. He's on vacation this week. He'll be back on Monday.
And if there's a segment that Hudson gets the most excited for, it's this one.
Is it really?
So he loves drafting a team. He gets super competitive. He says that he wins every time, even though he never does.
So this is like your fantasy league?
It is. It's like his very own little fantasy draft that he puts together every Thursday. He gets really upset when he loses. And so this week, I'm sure he'll listen to the segment.
That feels like Hudson.
Yeah, it does. And today is National Fried Chicken Day. And so Nikki and I are going to go back and forth picking our favorite chicken restaurant / fast food options. And then you guys can decide whose team wins, what your team would have been, and what major mistakes that we made.
So at first, when you think fried chicken, you think like, fried chicken in a classic sort of sense, or like a fried chicken sandwich. But you said really, as long as it's fried and it's chicken.
As long as it's chicken, yeah.
It's good,
I'm
okay.
thinking like, if we can do wings, we can do fast food, whatever. As long as it's like chicken-esque.
Okay.
I think I'm with it. So
All right, I'm ready.
I'll let you pick first. How it works is, it's how it works.
Okay.
You're going to get the first pick. And so since you got the first pick, then I get 2.
Okay.
And then you get 2, and then I get 1.
Okay.
Got
I
it?
gotcha.
So you go first.
And you can't take anything,
I
right?
can't steal yours,
Can't steal my pick, so I can go out with like my best pick,
This
right?
should be your best pick, yes.
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
No way, you're going McDonald's chicken nuggets at
I'm
number
going chicken
1.
nuggets. I am going number 1.
I didn't even consider chicken nuggets. Dang, that's a good pick, though. Because earlier, Nikki said she was like, so I can pick like anything chicken. I was like, you pick whatever you want. Chicken, like, whatever
that's
you want.
top. That's
It
absolute
is.
top.
That's a good choice. I didn't even consider that. All right. So for me, then, I'm going to go with B-dubs. I'm going to go with their boneless
That's
wings.
good.
See, I love B-dubs.
It's not as good as McDonald's.
I feel like that's a crowd pleaser. I love B-dubs. It's one of my favorite. The boneless wings of B-dubs are my favorite. And then I'll follow it up because I get back-to-back. And this is a personal favorite. I know this isn't everywhere, but this is like my go-to wing spot. And I would feel bad not being true to myself if I didn't pick it. And that's Wings Over.
Yeah.
They have the tender sandwiches, which has like the French bread like outside of it. So I'm going to go Wings Over wings. It's going to be my second pick. So now it's your turn.
Okay, so I give you 2 more.
So you get 2 more.
I'm going with Panda Express orange chicken.
No, Nikki's going to totally destroy me. You're going so outside the box. I didn't even consider these places.
I think it's what you have to do in order
Orange
to win.
chicken's good.
And it's fried chicken.
It is fried chicken, okay?
My last one is not as known, but it's one of my personal favorites. So this one's more of a riskier choice because in the fried chicken world, it's just not in a lot of locations. But I love Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's Hot Chicken. I don't know if I've ever had Dave's before.
That's my 3 for my draft for my choice. I'm going McDonald's chicken nuggets, Panda Express orange chicken, and Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dang. So my final choice, I'm going to do Cane's chicken tenders.
Raising Cane's?
I'm going to do Raising Cane's chicken tenders. You have the sauce, and so those are my 3 favorites. B-dubs. So my options are B-dubs, Wings Over, and Cane's. Nikki, you have McDonald's chicken nuggets,
Panda Express orange chicken,
and
Dave's Hot Chicken.
So
now do people get to vote?
Now people get to text in at 8772 Radio U. Which 3 could you not live without? Which ones did we miss? And if you had to make your list, what would yours be? That's at 8772 Radio U.
Isaiah, I don't know. The chicken nugget might have just trumped all of your stuff.
We'll see. Maybe people were looking for other things, like some B-dubs. People like B-dubs, you know?
You want a pity vote?
Yeah, I'd love some pity votes.
Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
We're in the midst of Choice Champions. We're doing thanks to National Fried Chicken Day. our favorite fried chickens, our favorite chickens of all time. Nikki's list.
I went with Panda Express orange chicken. I went rogue on that one.
I like that one.
Unpredicted. Dave's hot chicken, which is, I think, relatively still an unknown. And McDonald's chicken nugget, which I thought would be the top on
number
this.
one.
The number one.
Yeah, I went with B-Dub's wings. I went with Wings Over's wings. And then I went with Cane's chicken tenders.
Well, Cane's, I think, is making you a little ahead at this point, but we missed one, so let me get to that in a second.
Okay.
Jocelyn she said you got her with Raising Cane's.
I'm with it.
Is this an unpopular opinion, though? I don't feel like Raising Cane's is as good as it used to be.
Well, that is an unpopular opinion, yes.
I think
but people
guys,
probably would agree.
You agree, but you still eat it.
Well, it's because the sauce never changes.
Yeah.
It's just the size of them tenders just keep on getting smaller. It's like they're dehydrating them. They're getting so much so much smaller.
Kendrick said Panda Express almost got me, but I'll go with B-Dubs and Cane's because Cane's sauce, there you go, is just too good. Todd says, sorry, Nikki, Cane's chicken fingers did it for me. So he's going with your choices. Tim's bringing the big one we forgot. How could you guys forget the king, Chick-fil-A?
I know.
How did we not put them in one of our choices?
That should have been, Chick-fil-A should have been like a number one pick, realistically.
Tim,
like,
you're right.
It should have been like the crispy chicken sandwich or the spicy chicken. The Chick-fil-A sandwich should have been on this list. I apologize.
Even though we missed it, he's still going with mine, so it's fine.
It's okay.
Danny says, Isaiah, you have your order wrong. It should be Cane's, Wings Over, and then Hot Chicken Takeover. Definitely not B-Dubs. And then Arthur says Chick-fil-A isn't too bad, and he's going with B-Dubs as his choice. Regina says, morning. I've got to go with Isaiah because of Raising Cane's. That sauce is awesome. But she was also shocked no one chose Chick-fil-A. Jason, thank you so much for your text. Says Nikki returns and dominates. And thank you. He likes something called Checkers, which they're Cajun tenders he enjoys.
Oh, yeah. Checkers like the same thing as Rallies, right? That's what that is.
I think they're owned by the same.
Yeah. Susanna said this one's tricky because I haven't tried most of them. Probably besides the nuggets as a kid, but going Team Nikki because I love that Nashville hot chicken. I'm assuming that's what Dave's is.
Yeah.
So yeah, our it makes for a good little morning when you get the chicken involved. I'm ready for lunch, I think.
I think it sounds good. Chris, thanks for your text. He's going regional, but a place called Roosters. We
love some Roosters.
This is good. I love our choice champion.
Our choice champion. So Hudson will be happy that you came back and participated. This is yet again. He opens up every time by saying, "This is my favorite segment. This is my favorite thing every week," and I think it's because he crowns himself champion no matter what.
I think we could say ours is maybe a tie, though.
It was good. It was back and forth. Yeah, you had the chicken nuggets, the Canes. They all wipe each other out. It was a good little round of choice champions. If you haven't texted in yet, you can get in at 8772 RadioU. Text in your list or whose you thought was better.
And you can always, any morning, just text in Nikki's the best or Isaiah's the best, and that just works no matter what we're talking about.
Even if Nikki's not in here, you can still text that.
It's still appreciated.
If you like that video, there's a ton more. Go check out our past videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.